Hi Libra, and welcome to your May 2023 read. All right, this read is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Okay, let's see what's happening. Let's take these cards. These just spoke to me. It looks, I think it's 4 of them, but it's okay. Look at, this is you. Wow. Okay, first thing I thought of is reminiscent. Being reminiscent of what? The past. Of feelings that come and go. Being aware of your emotional navigation system. That's important. Are you aware, right? Some of you are really looking back at those that you have had great feelings for. Maybe for some of you, you're dreaming of your past and the people in your past, right? If you do have another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming toward you, it's a sharing of emotion. It's let's share what, you know, what we feel together. You may be really connecting with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius and helping them out, and you, it's vice versa. It's setting the tone to, okay, I feel like it's like a sister vibe or an aunt vibe where someone's setting the tone for saying, okay, I went through that. I know what you feel like. I've been through this. Let me share my experiences with you. Let me share my story with you and what I've learned, more importantly, right? I'll share my story, but you need to not know. You need to know what the consequences of your actions are should you be deciding to do something that's going to be karmically, you know, impeding your progress. When you look back, what have you learned? What do you feel about the things that have happened in your life? It's kind of like, well, some of you are doing a little past life review. If you know me long enough and you've been watching the channel long enough, you know that when we do review what we've been through, which is important only to assess, right, where we're at right at the present moment, right? I do feel this is someone that you're helping as well, strongly. I do. Swans, doves, if you're crabs, wolves, something about wolves and or dogs. Someone may have in the past, okay? Someone in the past may have been really barking orders and you were like, I'm out. Someone may have felt this from another, right? Could be a Cancer because it's the card, but let's not go into, you know, it's the fine print. It's about the emotions. It really is. That's the navigation system that matters in this read, okay? Okay, let me get now a card from the vice versa deck. Okay, so this is exactly what you're doing. You have learned, you are reassessing where you've been and where you're at now and where you're headed, right? It's inner reflection. It's the inner lessons of what makes you you, Libra, right? This could be for Libra moons. Hello, I love that. The moon phases, do you know how the moon affects your feelings? Are you learning about that? Is it something that you're interested in? Because it is all about the cycles, right? His head's down. So are you regretful Are you feeling remorse? Is it grounding you? I do feel that this is a feeling of, I've learned. Look at Chocolate wants attention. Shocking. I feel like you've learned. Okay, Chuck, sit down. Thank you. I feel like you've learned what you needed to learn, the karmic lessons that you've learned. You've got the 6 and the 4, which is your 10, right? And it doesn't hit you like a 10 of swords, because the 6 is the learning, and the 4 is somewhat the inner workings of, I'm going to say, regret. I feel like some of you feel like, you know, there were losses that could have been avoided. That's what they're saying. And now you're looking, you know, you're looking back, and you're wondering, how could I make things better now that I know? Going back shows us what karmic lessons we've learned. Looking back helps us to gather our navigation system and really feel what we feel. And, you know, for some of us, you know, feelings that we encounter like happen after, it's like aftermath. Something about the aftermath, right? It doesn't hit us right away. It's like, okay, now I thought about it for like a year, and now I'm like, oh shit. That kind of feel. It's not for all, it's a general, but I do believe that that is the case. If you were dealing with someone from your past, right? Someone wised up. You could have been, or you are dealing with someone from your past, and you've had a conversation, right, about the lessons, your feelings. You might have been talking to someone from your past and saying, well, this is how I see it, and this is how I feel. And now I know, and now I know better. We don't always see the hardships as being hardships. We don't see them as being, I should say, they're hardships, but they're lessons that needed to be learned that were hardships. That is what I meant, right? This guy is, you know, he's very grounded. Look at what he's wearing, right? Something grounded him. Something just brought his ego to what he and or she, it's, you know, it's someone who has learned, right? It's the learning of something that someone didn't know. So you could have, or someone else could have said, this is what really happened then. And this is how I interpret or comprehend what happened. And they're saying, well, when I look back, this is what happened, right? So you could be having a convo with someone from your past saying, well, this is how I saw it, and you did this to me, and you did that to me, and vice versa. It's not an argument, though. It is more about learning to entertain the art and craft of wisdom. His head's down because he's like, wow, I didn't know you felt that way. If I had known, I would have done, maybe I would have, I don't know, treated you better. I would have explained, excuse me, would have explained how I felt more, right? This is a wise one, but is regretful. I mean, it could be you, or it could be a masculine that you've been dealing with in the past that now you've kind of reconnected, and you had to have that conversation. Sometimes, you know, not sometimes, the circle of life, everything comes around back again in order to fix it or change your decision or make it better. And more importantly, learn the wisdom attained. This could be a foreign person. It's the world. The waters are calm, right? So now we can look past all of that, can we? I feel yes, that's the answer. Now we can look past all of the details of how we feel. We've spoken out. We've had our thing. And now are we looking together to implement here a relationship, if that's what it is? Let's look. Let me get one more card for the beautiful Librans. Okay, I mean, let's see. Someone's still hurt. Someone's hurt by what the verbal attack. Someone kind of like shot at the hip and said, too bad, I'm going to tell you how I really feel. And I think it's the masculine. Yeah, he's hurting. He's still hurting. It's a 5. So we went from the 4 to the 5, right? So someone's still hurting. Someone still wants to, I don't know, lash out. Why is this person still feeling so inclined to lash out? This is what you need to see it. You need to feel it, right? Because when I put 3 cards here and the balance of, there are things that I feel this masculine just shared with you and it is painful. He's hurting. Someone's hurting. A masculine, when you look back, is hurting from what happened, what was said, what wasn't felt. And you're now getting wind of all of that. This usually is verbal abuse. I mean, it could be, for some, it could be on the sliver, on the cusp of verbal abuse, which isn't acceptable, but someone's in pain. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is a man who's in pain and is regretful. Are they regretful for what they said right here? I mean, it looks like they are when you look back. They're like, wow, I can't believe I verbally attacked that Libra. Or it could be another Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I mean, almost every, or Cancer, right? I'm not one to really go into that because I feel it's the moral of the story is to say, look at, chocolates come twice, right? And he wants attention. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's someone really needed your attention. Maybe you ghosted someone and, you know, right? A Leo, Aries, Sag here. Maybe it's a female rivalry. Okay, so I took another card because I really needed to know where this stands at this point. And it looks like someone who is a Leo, Aries, Sag is the one that might have been the one who lashed out, right? And I'm not saying they feel really good about it. I'm not. But I am going to say that that for whatever reason, this had to happen, right? It had to happen. It's all about, I mean, she's cloaked not only in orange, but her hair is orange. It's solar plexus. It is, you know, sometimes it's not like we all don't lash out, all right? Come on, we do. But we all lash out in different ways. So I feel this Leo, Aries, Sag did lash out. It could be a feminine, masculine, whatever, right? Sibling rivalry, or it's someone who's masculine who has more feminine and vice versa. Okay, let's not get into that. Orange could be a significant color, and or someone has grown. Someone has learned how to deal with all of the past stuff that they've dealt with in order to move on. Okay? Someone, and for some, I'm going to have to say Libra, for some of you, it is someone is still dealing with how they talk, how they lash out. You know, are they cognizant of it? Do you need to express your feelings to someone who does not respect the verbal word? There's a lot of respect that takes place when we communicate, right? Some things are lost in translation for sure when we talk to someone else. Sometimes things are said and you can't take these things back. The actions, the words, the verbal, you know, like hitting below the belt. Take that into consideration if you're dealing with someone like this. And by all means, I should say by no means, walk away. Don't walk away. If you're dealing with someone like this, do not walk away. Try to help them to realize how they inflict pain through the verbal word and how they're painfully trying to get over something that may not even involve you. Most definitely, people who lash out like that are going through some painful memories, some painful experiences with or without you, right? You too, with or without you. With or without you, you know, this is like, it feels like I will survive, right? Okay, so let's get a karma card for the beautiful Libras. Okay, chocolate wants attention, so give someone attention. They want attention. Maybe it's just, maybe the whole argument is the basis of, you know, I want attention, just like chocolate over here. Okay, let's see what Venus. Oh my God, this is your ruler, beautiful Venus. It's all about love. It's loving others even at their lowest point. It's about loving self, of course, loving yourself enough to help others. Remembering the good times and what maybe if you're dealing with this person and this resonates with you, you know, I know we've said don't fight fire with fire, right? We don't want to, especially with a fire sign, right? And words cut. So this is what you're experiencing. You're witnessing another's pain. Can you help them in any way to see not only the errors of their ways, but what is their reflection back at you? Have you helped this person? Do you choose to help this person, or have you walked away from this person and maybe whatever? Do you cherish the beauty of another, even at times of the idiosyncrasies that we tolerate? We have to know how to deal with those who are healing, those who need healing. We must guide them through. If you're any part of this channel, this is what we do. Spiritual guidance. All of us should be aware and cognizant of people's pain, especially when they lash out. And they're mean, of course. It is all about the love and the beauty and the way of life. What life throws at us is part of the energy that we are to for some, to embrace and love back. And for others who are hurting, it is to alchemize that pain into more of, let's not focus so much on the hurt, and let's focus on what we've learned, and let's move forward from it. Trying to help another, to show them the way forward by what you've learned, what you feel, how you feel. Energy of love is the universal language. Therefore, and especially when you're dealing with someone who has so much pain inside of them, the question is, how do you deal? And look to be the comforting, helping soul that you are, to balance out the yin and the yang of another's heirs of their ways. I send you so much love and many blessings. Take care. Have a great month.